Good morning. Please join us in singing our opening song.
Our ending song.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Stuart. Welcome to our Sunday morning celebration service. As always, we have with us the Joyful Noise Band and Choir. And our special music today features Tracy Walters. Okay. We have this is our board of directors, and we'll be doing this in a little while. This is the board of directors installation, but I wanted you to see their pictures. You'll be seeing this every Sunday, so you know who our board of directors are. And today, our boardie of the day is Hildy Laralde, and Lori Michaud is one of our new members, and she'll be learning the ropes. And we got a couple of announcements. Easter is coming, as you know, and we are inviting those of you who would like to be in the choir for Easter Sunday to raise your voice in song. The rehearsals are coming up. They are Tuesday, March 12th, the 19th, and 26th at 6:15 here in the sanctuary. There is a sign-up sheet in the foyer if you'd like to sign up at the information table for that. And the Easter sunrise service is March 31st, of course. It's at Santa Lucia Beach, where it is every year. Dawn begins at 6:30, and the full sunrise is at 7:13. So I'll be there, 6:15 or so, hopefully with some of you all. And bring a blanket or a chair, and you make a right at the
IRP.
The Marriott.
The Marriott. What did you say?
It's Indian River Plantation.
Oh, okay, at IRP, at the, the Marriott. Make it right there, and it's down on the left. I missed that. What? That's right, because we're Stuart-centric here.
Stuart-centric.
All right. We do have prayer chaplains today, a prayer chaplain who is on duty to pray with you today, and that is Connie Cox. You'll know her by her white stole and by her beautiful face. And what Connie will do, if you have anything that you'd like prayer support with, a joy, a challenge, anything at all, Connie will be in the sanctuary after service to pray with you, to hold your prayer in the highest confidence. And then we send off prayers and if you fill out a prayer form that's out in the foyer, we send those prayers off to our 24-hour prayer ministry, Silent Unity, where they hold your prayer in additional 30 days. You can also send us a prayer at unitydofstuart.org, which we will put in the prayer box. Those come directly to me. And you can also call the Silent Unity prayer line at that number right there. And welcome to everybody who is in the sanctuary. Welcome to all of you who are online on Facebook and YouTube. Let us see who we're saying hello to on Facebook this morning. My daughter in Germany is watching. Hi, honey. And which means my grandkids are watching. Hi, Zeke. Hi, May. Yaya loves you. Love you too, Taryn and Eric, if you're in the sound of my voice. My other daughter in New Jersey is watching, and that's Alexandra. Good morning, sweetie. And I'm sure my teenage grandkids aren't watching, but I love you too. Julian and Jocelyn. All right, let's see who else. And now that I'm off my family, Susan in Vermont. Hi, Susan. Good to see you. Hello, Coral. Good morning. Bertha, good morning. I hope you're feeling okay. Hi. You doing all right? Okay, good. Lots of people bilocate when we're in the room. All right, who else? Is Rhonda in the room now? No, Rhonda's at home. Hi, Rhonda. Ellen and Judy Gaskin from Albuquerque. Hey, Judy, I love you too. I love you all. Judy is from my former church. Ellen on the west coast of Florida. Diane from Pennsylvania, part of the choir. And Bobby Klein. It says Ron, but it says Bobby Klein in the message. So good morning, everybody on Facebook. On YouTube, let's see who we have on YouTube. I'm looking to see if anybody that I think is on YouTube is in the room. Let's see. Justin, Phil, Pam, Ann, Tony, and Irma. Good morning. We're glad you're here. And everybody else within the sound of my voice or in the view of my face now or in the coming days, welcome. We're glad you are here. And now is the time for our board. Oh, I didn't do, yep. If you are here for the first time today, John and Ricky have welcome packets. If you would like to receive a welcome packet, I invite you to raise your hand, and they will find you and give you a welcome packet. Anybody here today the first time who would like to? Okay. If you are here for the first time today and you haven't raised your hand, there's somebody back there, John, right over here. Wonderful. Thank you. Now you give me an excuse to tell you what's inside there. Inside that welcome packet is information about Unity of Stuart and about our larger Unity movement. There is also a prayer intention / request form in there. If you'd like to have us hold you in prayer, you can take that prayer request to fill it out and put it in the prayer box out in the lobby. And again, we will pray over that prayer. There's also a form if you take that and fill it out. You can give it to, I think Hildy's on the podium today, on the welcome podium. Hildy will give you a gift, and you can check off if you would like not to be on the mailing list. But if you don't check that off, we'll put you right on the mailing list. All right, I think that's it. Most important thing about everything is that no matter what your background is, no matter what your race, your background, your lifestyle, your economic situation in the world, everyone is welcome here. There are no exceptions, and you honor us with your presence. Thank you for being here. If you would like a welcome packet and you're online, you can email us at admin@unityofstuart.org, and we will send you a welcome packet. I want to make a special mention today to Lydia Griggs. She is up in Orlando. She's part of our youth program. She's turning 13 tomorrow. And I just want to say happy birthday to Lydia, who's in Orlando with her dad, part of the community, Robert, and her brother, Jasper, who grew up in our Unity youth program. Hi, everybody. And Jasper, I hope you have a sweet move up to Orlando. Join us for a fellowship. Today is our potluck Sunday, and we have some goodies left over from our coffee house, which had record attendance this last Friday night. There were 71 people in the room, and it was a beautiful day. And if I'm correct, don't hold me to this, but I think that the Connected Souls brought in $900 for Unity of Stuart on Friday night. All right, let's take a breath together. That's 945. I stand corrected. All right, and now please join me in dedicating our service today to using our divine nature to guide us in all things. Now it's time for the board dedication. Okay. I'd like to invite our board of directors up to the front. So Linda Hart, David Avidable. You have to stand up because remember your names. You know how I get. Mary Claire Anderson Dykema, Laurie Michaud, Peter Keelan, Hildy Laraldi. Is that 1, 2, 3? Oh, that's right. I got it. And me. I'm on the board too. Please stand here. So if you were here last Sunday and stayed for the board meeting, here, Peter, why don't you come over here? Just kind of scooch in next to Lori there. This is our board. Let's give them a hand, will you? Yeah. And before I enter into this, where are you, Nancy Bach?
In the kitchen, maybe.
All right, fine. I wanted to, because a lot of you weren't at the membership meeting last week. I just want to say once again, we recognized Don and Nancy last week in the annual meeting, and I want to just recognize Don had a very big birthday this past Saturday, and so we celebrate you for that, and we also celebrate you for your 6 years of dedicated service to the board and your 20-some-odd years of dedicated service to Unity of Stuart. Thank you, Don. And I invite you, when you go to see Nancy in the kitchen later, if you would just give her a little bit of a thank you for her dedicated 6 years of service on the board at Unity of Stuart. All right, here we go. It is my joy today to recognize our board of directors. We are blessed to have a board that is well-grounded in truth principles, supportive of our spiritual needs, and capable of providing the stewardship necessary to maintain our physical facility and our needs. I have been truly blessed by our board of directors over the years and truly blessed by having Peter and Lori join us this year. So let's get right to it. I ask each of you to step forward as your name is called and to take a candle from that basket and light it from the Christ candle, and then come over to me. Peter. Peter, please repeat after me. I'm going to say, Peter, you are the light of the world, and you say, yes, I am the light of the world. Peter, you are the light of the world.
Yes, I am the light of the world.
Indeed. Lori? Ricky, would you turn up the AC so they can have an easier time? Lori, you are the light of the world.
Yes, I am the light of the world.
Yes, you are. Mary Claire. Mary Claire. You are the light of the world.
Yo soy la luz del mundo.
Aye. President Linda Hart. Linda, you are the light of the world.
I am the light of the world. Thank you.
Hildy. Treasurer. Mary Claire's the secretary. Hildy, you are the light of the world.
I am the light of the world.
Indeed. And our new vice president, David Avidable. David, you are the light of the world.
I am the light of the world.
You ready to tell me I'm the light of the world?
of the world.
Yes, I am the light of the world. Thank you for stepping forward to take on this role of board member of this spiritual community. Though board service is not always easy, it is nevertheless a journey guided by the voice of love and service. Know that as you give, so shall you receive. And as you agree with these statements, will you please respond by saying, I am? Are you committed to being open and receptive to the living spirit of truth?
I am.
Are you committed to your own spiritual transformation?
I am.
Are you committed to the principle and practice of giving your time, talent, and treasure to Spirit through Unity of Stuart?
Amen.
Are you committed to making participation in board activities a high priority during your term of office?
I am.
Are you committed to supporting me as the minister in my spiritual role at Unity of Stuart?
I am.
And are you committed to being open and receptive to the needs of our spiritual community? I thereby recognize and install you as board members of Unity of Stuart and charge you with the responsibility of serving this community with love, faith, and joy. Let's pray. Recognizing that we are here by divine appointment, we commend ourselves as minister and directors of the spiritual work to Spirit's inspiration and guidance. We are open and receptive to the fulfillment of the divine plan in and through us and for this unity work as a whole, both here and throughout the world. Board of Directors, raise your hands, and if you know this, repeat it with me. We love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Let me see if I have a, hold on one second, Rini. Let me see if I have the, because I'd like to hear everybody say it. There we go. Together, please. Board of Directors, we love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. Thank you. You may be seated. Blow out your candles. You can leave them here or take them if you like.
Hey, Don. This is
Let's prepare for meditation as we sing Peace Consume Me.
Peace consume me, come fill my soul. Peace surround me, make me feel whole. Guide me with your loving hand. I breathe in peace and I expand. Feel the peace, simply cannot cease. Flowers blooming everywhere. I open up my heart and say a prayer. Help me to fully know that God will help me grow. If I let go, just go with the flow. Peace consume me, come fill my soul. Peace surround me, make me feel whole. Guide me with your loving hand. Breathe in peace as I expand. Feel the peace, simply cannot cease. Peace consume me.
And so we breathe in peace and we expand our peace in and through our bodies, in and through our minds, in and through our emotions. As we move into prayerful meditation, we allow God to be God in us. Divine Spirit to move in and through us. A higher mind touch us. Infuse us. We drop our shoulders. Take 3 deep breaths. Settling in. Connecting with all that is. And setting the intention to be here now. In life's journey, change is inevitable. Similar to the seasons that transform the landscape around us. And so we rest. I invite us to bring us into our awareness the image of a tree. Steadfast, rooted to the earth, branches reaching for the sky. And I invite you to allow the words you hear to become the words of your own mind and heart. Reflecting on the nature of a tree, I find wisdom in its silent resilience. A tree does not resist the changing seasons. It adapts, grows, and thrives through each transition. In the spring, it welcomes new growth with open branches. In the summer, it stands tall, fully embracing its lushness. When autumn arrives, it lets go of what is no longer needed, shedding leaves in a graceful surrender to change. And in the depths of winter, it remains steadfast, roots deep in the earth, awaiting the next cycle of renewal. As I navigate the ebb and flow of life, I draw inspiration from the tree. It teaches me to embrace change with grace, to let go of the past with ease, to ground myself in the present moment. By standing firm in my beliefs and values, I am still flexible in my approach. I thrive peacefully through change. Like the tree, I grow stronger and more resilient with each passing season, reaching towards the light, grounded in the peace that comes from knowing I am exactly where I need to be. I embrace change as a profound opportunity for growth and learning. In the midst of change, I anchor myself in what is unchangeable. My inner values, my faith, and my connection to the infinite divine. I affirm my ability to thrive in the midst of change, finding peace in the knowledge that I am ever evolving, ever growing, and ever learning, perfectly equipped to navigate the waters of change. I approach change with an open heart and a calm mind. In the quiet. And as we are in this attitude of meditation, I invite you to listen to the daily word. I use my divine nature to safely guide my way through change. Change is the hallmark of the relative world in which we live. I too can change. Change is an essential element of my spiritual journey. However, my core and foundation is my never-changing, utterly dependable divine nature. I use my divine nature to make the choices that effectively move me forward. If ways of thinking that don't serve me appear or reappear, I can always change. In faith, I boldly step forward. I use my divine nature to safely guide my way through change. And so it is. Amen. And let's affirm our affirmation together. I use my divine nature to safely guide my way through change. And let's sing the prayer of St. Francis.
One, two.
We're going to do a song about letting the light in to your life. This is the classic idea of there's darkness and there's lightness every day, and it's up to us. We're going to do Doreen and I will do a slow beginning to this to show you how the chorus goes, really easy. And we invite you to sing because it'll sound good and it'll feel so good to sing it. So here we go. Let the light, let the light, let the light shine in to ease your troubled soul.
Wow, 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 wow. This is the time when I usually like to take the donations. Excuse me now? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hallelujah is right. So have you noticed anything different about this service this morning? Started with the peace song. Anything else? The band in the back? Who else? Things were kind of out of order in the beginning, right? With no warning. No announcement, no program. We didn't know what's going to happen next, or at least you didn't. So if you're new today and you're feeling a little anxiety from the congregation, that would be why. So back to the regulars. So what were you feeling when we started with the peace song? What were you feeling when things were out of order? What was that? Time to go! What else? Did anybody think, what in the heck is happening here? Right? Anybody feel a little anxiety? No anxiety? Well, good on you. Not one person in this room felt anxiety. Thank you, Krista. Thank you. Because the lesson wouldn't work if nobody felt any anxiety around that. I know in my life, if things aren't going, especially something that doesn't have a lot, that I don't have a lot of investment in, like the order of somebody's service, I could imagine that it would take me out of the service a little bit, take me out of the experience a little bit. So I start thinking, what's going on here? Why are they doing that? Maybe it's because I'm a minister and I'm used to doing that when I'm in church. But we sometimes get anxious when things aren't in order, in the order we expect, right? Right. So thank you, Krista, because you're going to be, guys, Krista was feeling a little off kilter. It's time to explore why that is. And today we're going to talk about exploring change at depth. Not the simple changes like an order of service, or we get a haircut, or hair color, or we change our style. Not those kinds of changes. But today's teaching is about changes in our lives that can throw us for a loop. We're looking at changes today that we didn't expect, changes that we don't like, changes that hurt, that do damage, that ruin plans, that disrupt futures. At least that's the way it seems, right? I think we all know about those kinds of changes. We've all experienced that a time or two or three or four in our lives. And I know that there are some in this space and in the sound of my voice that are going through some of those changes right now. And it can be scary if we don't see a solution or a resolution. We cannot see a way out. I know about that space. I've been in it. But I want to tell you something right now, that you have the power inside of you to change when everything around you is changing. And it's because of that power, that innate power that we have, is we can experience change in a different way. We can look for a way to move through change in our lives, to come through it, any kind of change. We can evolve. We can transform. And not only that, we can be ready and excited to approach life at a new level. But first I have to say that big or little, pleasant or unpleasant, planned or unplanned, welcome or unwelcomed, change is inevitable. It's inevitable. I've had to learn this lesson in my life over and over and over again. If I'm going through it, and maybe it's the same for you, if I'm going through a challenging time or an upheaval in my life, and then it resolves, I'll go, oh, okay. I don't have to experience that again. And then guess what? Something else will come up. Change is inevitable. It's the way of it. It's the way of life. Neil Donald Walsh talks about this. He says, the changes in your life are not going to stop. If you're thinking about riding things out for a while, waiting for things to settle down a bit, you may be in for a surprise. There's going to be no settling down. Things are going to be in a constant state of upheaval on this planet, and in your own life for a good while now. Actually, yes, well, I might as well tell you, actually forever. Change is what is, and there's no way to change that. What you can change is the way you deal with change, the way you're changed by change. So change is here to stay. And the good news is that change propels us forward. Change invites us into a new way of being. It invites us into a new way to grow and to mature in our lives. And we can say yes to that invitation, or we can say no to that invitation and crawl back under the covers. But I'm here to tell you that it's much, much better for us, for you, for our emotional and spiritual health, is to say yes to change and meet it in a new way. I mean, look at the world, right? It's always something. It's always something. So what is ours to do is learn the tools to meet that change in a different way. The Zen teacher Alan Watts said this: "The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance." So, let's talk about emotions for a moment. A widely accepted theory of basic emotions, did I say widely or wildly? Widely accepted theory of basic emotions developed by Paul Ekman says that we have 6 basic emotions: sadness, happiness, fear, anger, surprise, and disgust. Now, you've heard of Brené Brown? She has a book called Atlas of the Heart, and she defines and explores 87 emotions. And what she says, and what I agree with, is that she says that language is one of the keys to unlocking our emotion. And I'll say more about that in a minute. But something happens when we have an emotion. When something that happens, that bidden or unbidden, called for or not, good or not, something happens, we get an emotion. And I believe, and I have taught, that we cannot stop our emotions. We can't stop our emotions. They come like this, right? They come unbidden. They just happen. And it's not healthy to stop our emotions. We call that stuffing our emotions, right? Stuffing our feelings. What is ours to do is to pay attention to our emotions, to educate ourselves in the way of emotion, to think about where that emotion is in our body, where we carry that emotion. What happens when you feel an emotion like anger and fear or sadness? So we need to educate ourselves in ways to talk about that emotion, to find the words to express that emotion, and to communicate them without causing damage to ourselves or to those around us. Maybe like me, you might have heard somebody say when they're angry and they lash out, and there have been times in my life when I was saying, well, why do you have to be mean about it? And the person might say, well, I was mad. Never hear anybody say that? I was mad. That's why I said that, or that's why I did that. That's a 10-year-old's response. Right? That's somebody who's not doing the work to be spiritually and emotionally mature, to stop ourselves in that. There's some laughter going on here in the choir. I don't know why, and I'm not going to inquire. So that's a child's way of responding to a negative emotion, to lash out. The spiritually mature and emotionally mature way is to investigate, to navigate that emotion, and then speak it without causing damage, right? To speak it without causing damage. And so once we get that skill of investigating our emotion and finding words to talk about that emotion, we can begin to change our thoughts about change, about the things that might trigger us and cause us discomfort. We can change our thoughts about our emotions and change our thoughts about change, because every emotion is first sponsored by a thought. Right? It's sponsored by a thought. So the New Thought giant Ernest Holmes said, change your thinking, change your life. Change your thinking, change your life. And our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, I'll paraphrase him when he said, your thoughts shape reality. Every idea you have takes on a life of its own, molded by your personal perspective. Your thoughts shape reality. Every idea you have takes on a life of its own, molded by your personal perspective. Were you ever in a situation where someone, you were, like say you were in this room, and I walk by you and I don't say good morning, or I don't look you in the eye and say, welcome, glad you're here, and you think, well, what's going on with her? She must be mad at me. That has happened to me more than once in ministry. What did I do? Right? So there's what happens, and then there's the story we tell about it. So that emotion comes up, and I do this too when I'm driving. If somebody's driving slow in front of me, or is like maybe driving a little erratically, and I find myself to start to get impatient or uncomfortable, I'll tell myself, that's the first day they're driving by themselves. They're a brand new driver, right? Or maybe they just got bad news and they're all bent out of shape. So that's the story. That's how I can change my emotion from that discomfort or from that, blaming or getting angry. That's the way I can calm myself down. The first day behind the wheel of a car. I can be patient. I remember what that's like. I remember what it's like getting behind the wheel of my car when I've been crying. I remember what that's like, right? So the way that we think can change our perspective. We have power over that. This is the pathway to peace. We can change our thoughts about what is happening. There's a guy out there, Earl Nightingale, he's probably not on the planet anymore. He made a recording called The Greatest Secret, which is actually one of the precursors to the movie and the book The Secret. Remember that? And in it, he said, right where you stand, on the ground that you are, in the place that you are standing on acres of diamonds that are just below the surface of where you are standing. They are below the surface of the way you think about things. We're standing on peace. We're standing on the foundation of love, of joy, of connection. And what gets in the way is how we think about it, how we direct our thoughts. Because the way we think about things will either bring us joy, or it will bring us anger, or it will bring us hurt, or it will bring us peace. The way we think. Which would you prefer? So I invite you to contemplate this. What are the highest thoughts you can have about any given situation? Think for a moment, if you will, of a change that is going on for you right now. Whether it's big or little, life-altering or just inconvenient, chosen by you or not. Just think about it. Just for a moment, bring it into your mind's eye. And I invite you to say this with me on the screen. Together. I abide in this change in a way that brings me peace. But before we're going to do that again, but before we do, I want you to tap into the feelings about the change that you're going through. Really allow yourself to feel it. Are you scared? Are you angry? Are you worried? Resentful? Does it just simply hurt? Breathe into that feeling. Allow yourself to feel it. And then say it with me again, together. I abide in this change in a way that brings me peace. One more time. I abide in this change in a way that brings me peace. Anybody feel a shift? It's even a small one. Just in our saying that in the middle of our feelings about change. There's another way to have a divine thought, a higher idea about change. Our master teacher told us that if we want to enter the kingdom of heaven, we must become as little children. What does that mean, you think? Open mind, open heart, open to any possibility, in joy, in love with the world. There was once a mother and her 3-year-old daughter walking through a park, and the little girl was holding onto a string that was attached to a helium balloon. All of a sudden, a sharp gust of wind took the balloon from the little girl, and the mother braced for screaming and crying. But no, as the little girl turned to watch her balloon go skyward, she gleefully shouted out, "Wow!" What an attitude, right? Wow. So we've already established that change is going to keep happening, so our choice is to dwell in frustration, dwell in thoughts of anger, whatever that is for us, or to think thoughts of fascination. Oh, look. Wow. Wow. Look what's happening here. Look what's here for my learning and growth. I know that's not easy. And I know it doesn't come right away when we're starting, when something happens to us. It takes practice to look in fascination on the changes that are happening in our lives. A wow is always going to be better than, oh no. Now, I have to say there's a caveat here. If somebody's sharing with you their challenge, don't say, wow! Don't do that. Don't do that. And oh no is okay there. Right? I'm talking about our own inner work here. I told this story before, but it's been a while. When my sister lost her job, she asked me to pick her up from the train. She got in the car, and she said, "Oh, I just got fired." And I said, "I'm so happy for you." That isn't what she wanted to hear at that time. She said, "Stop it." So let that be a lesson to you. Turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened to her in her life, because in her next job she met her husband. So we don't know. We don't know what's happening in our lives. So we can say, wow, I wonder what next right thing is going to happen. So, better than an oh no. You can say, I am an expression of the divine. I am a physical incarnation of higher power, of oneness. And since the divine mystery is the energy of life itself, I can trust. I can trust in what happens next. I can be open, receptive, and responsive to what Spirit has for me. This is what New Thought people call right thinking, and Buddhists as well. Right thinking. And once again, Ernest Holmes said this: where our consciousness is permeated with 51% of right thinking, we are healed. When there is more light brought into the room than there is darkness, the darkness will disappear. It will cease to exist. That is our process. When the light shines in, it lifts us from the darkness below. 51%. 51%. We can think a different thought. We can take action. After we think that different thought, we can take action to move on ever upward. You remember Captain Sully, right? In that aircraft that crashed into the Hudson River? Well, he didn't really crash. So he landed it, right? The birds flew into the engine, just to jog your memory, quickly and totally disabling it. And he had to ditch in the Hudson River. He had a picture-perfect emergency landing. All 155 passengers survived in the water. And in an article in Newsweek a few weeks after the incident, he offered this personal observation. We never gave up. Having a plan enabled us to keep our hope alive. Perhaps in a similar fashion, people who are in their own personal crises, a pink slip, a foreclosure, I add a diagnosis, can be reminded that no matter how dire the circumstances or how little time you have to deal with it, further action is always possible. There's always a way. There's always a way out of even the tightest spot. You can survive. And I'll add to that, not only can we survive, we can thrive. We can thrive. So once again, I invite you to bring that change that we thought about earlier as we close with prayer. Bring that change into your mind's eye and be open to this prayer. Sweet Spirit of love, of light, of wholeness, in the midst of change, I anchor my heart in the still waters of divine peace. As the world shifts around me, I stand firm in the knowledge that I am guided, protected, and carried forward in grace and ease. I embrace transformation with an open heart, seeing it as the dance of life that moves me closer to my true potential. With each breath, I inhale possibility and exhale fear, trusting in the divine process of life. I abide in this change in a way that moves me to peace. I invite you to open your eyes and affirm that with me one more time, together. I abide in this change in a way that brings me peace. I affirm this truth for each and every one of us. All right. We are going to do the love offering. And so this is the time when we invite you to share your gifts of financial gifts and your gifts of love and joy with Unity of Stuart. And it's with great gratitude I speak on behalf of the board and myself that your gifts make all the difference to Unity of Stuart. And we couldn't do it without you. Thank you to everyone who gives whatever amount that is. And thank you to our consistent givers. I hope you all feel the impact that your gifts have to Unity of Stuart. And we bless this offering knowing that these gifts help to transform the world. You see the ways to give your gifts online. You see that below the video. And let's affirm our prosperity prayer and then our love offering blessing together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all of the needs of Unity of Stuart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And our love offering blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. Let's sing. Announcements. We have our Gentle Flow Vinyasa yoga class with Sonia Holbrook. That's on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. There were 4 people here last Wednesday. Come and join the party. All levels are welcome. Good. Love offering is greatly accepted. Say something about that, Don.
What, the yoga?
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a while, so I was really sore after the first one, but I'm getting better. The next one was better, so Sonia does a very good job.
Great. Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Again, raise your voice in song. There is a sign-up sheet out in the foyer. The Dream Gala is coming up. Watch this space. It is April 27th. We are printing tickets and getting ready. And one of the things we are asking for your participation is your ideas on what the money that we fundraise on this gala, some ideas on how you would like to see that money spent for our church facility. So if you go out by the information tables out there, there is a box, and then there are little forms that you can check off what you like. You don't have to rank them, just check off what is important to you about our facility, what you'd like to see money spent on, and put it in the suggestion box. And there's also a line for you to add something that's not on that list. And that will help us, as the board starts to make the decisions about envisioning for what needs the upgrades and the upkeep in our church. That will help us do that. So thank you for that. I don't hear the pitter-patter of little feet out there. Thank you, MC.
We're going to see if Tracy will do.
What's that? Yeah, when the kids come in.
We're going to send Tracy the drum set for that.
Do I have not had the birthday slide up there? Oh, I had it in the beginning. Didn't I have it in the beginning? Oh,
Well,
somebody
there they
help
are.
me. There we go. There it is.
There's the kids.
All right, let's sing.
What are we singing? The
You
kids
know,
in?
we're singing walking.
1, 2, 3. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. In the light of God.
Please be seated. So Jen is is she at a rally or a retreat? She's at a YRU rally with some of our older kids. And Cadence had a bit of an emergency this morning at home, so Seda was flying solo. You did pretty good. You had the two older ones. That's good. Anything you want to share? Tell them what you did in there today.
We did a heart talk, which is something that we do at YOU rallies, where you just kind of sit in a circle and we set some ground rules to keep this safe space. And then you can just kind of talk about some things that are weighing on your heart. So we wanted to kind of bring that here to practice as well, because it's always a really deep experience that connects people. So, yeah.
Thanks, Seda. All right. There are some birthday people in this room. Nancy Bach, are you in this room yet? Did she just hang out in the kitchen today? All right.
Do you want her?
No, it's all right. Don, let's see, who's in the building? Don?
I'm here.
Don, is Barbara here? Barbara's here. Stand up, birthdays. Is Adam here? No. Adam's here. Julia. Oh, it's Jen Hart's birthday this month. Jerry's not here today either. All right. Let's sing to our birthday
1, 2,
kids.
3, 4.
So for those of you who stood up and your name's not on there, it's because we don't have your birthday. So if you want to have your name next year, give it to Eva, and she will be delighted to put you on the birthday list. All right. I think we're done. Oh, I just wanted to remind you, I'm going to have this up every week now. We're having this youth summer spirit camp here, and Jen needs 200 paper towel rolls. So get cracking. I have 2. What was that?
Tino's capo 3. Tino's capo 3.
Just empty. The paper rolls. Cardboard.
Oh, yeah, we have to bless the kids.
All right, let's bless our kiddos in song. I guess I should have said that, right? Empty paper towel rolls.
We love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you. We belong
section, and another song. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We gather here to come together to raise our voices in harmony. We gather here to pray together to create a world we know is meant to be. We gather here, we gather here, we gather here, we gather here to create the world we know is meant to be. We gather here to come together to celebrate love and joy and unity. We gather here for deep connection with fellow travelers who bring divinity. We gather here to count our blessings, to celebrate love and joy and unity. We gather here, we gather here, we gather here, we gather here. Create the world we know is meant to be. We gather here to come together to celebrate love and joy and unity. To celebrate love and joy and
Ready? 1,
We're doing this little line of
we're
mine.
doing 1, 2, 3, 4.